Hello, and welcome to our 5th program of Understanding Yoga. We'll recap on last week's postures. They were, if you remember, the shoulder stand and the fish pose. Now we'll see Denise, John and Margaret. Welcome. They're here today to demonstrate these postures briefly before we progress into this week's postures. Denise, please, if you sit down or lie down and just go onto the 90-degree leg lift. Remember that we said ladies in the first few days of a menstrual cycle, or if they suffer neck injury or high blood pressure, then the shoulder stand should not be attempted. So we would apply this position. John, traditional shoulder stand, and Margaret too, please. Remember swinging the legs overhead and reaching up. Now we said that here we defy the force of gravity on the body, and all the internal organs were being conditioned and wonderful in aiding circulation, digestion, all of these wonderful things with the shoulder stand. Thank you. Coming out of it with control and preparing for Matsyasana, the fish pose. Remember, Matsyasana always follows the shoulder stand. We'll see variations here. We've got 2 different angles between Denise and John so that you can see the natural curvature in the spine. This strengthens the spine and brings the circulation and blood flow to the thyroid and parathyroid. And Margaret is doing the intermediate advanced pose here, where she's holding on to her feet. John has released his hands, and Denise still has the elbows on the ground. Thank you. Whenever you're ready, you can come down to a relaxed lying position. And as they relax, we'll bring music to our ears as we meet Roseanne, a very special yogi.
I consider myself a bhakti yogi. Nalini always says that I'm a bhakti yogi.
Devotion.
Bhakti is a yoga of devotion, and I feel that the way that I express my devotion for God is in song. So it's that love for Him that comes through very naturally and very easily in song. It's a way that I find easiest to express myself.
So Roseanne, in this busy schedule, life that's always tossing us about, where do you find the time, the space, the inspiration to bring forth such beautiful lyrics?
Well, you know, as I said earlier, particularly when we've gone on, well, I'll tell you how it all started. It all started when we went on a retreat and we had a lovely week away from everything, away from the hassle.
Which one was
of life. It was about 4 years ago on a retreat that we went to Portugal. And Nalini asked us all to write a poem and express our love for God in that poem. And I wrote this short little poem on Jesus and the way that I felt about Jesus and the way that I want to see Him and look into His eyes and feel Him and savor His smile. And that's how it first started. And I wrote this little poem, which is very simple, not much to it. And then I decided to put some music to it, and it was well received in the center, and then I was asked to write something else, and then it just flowed. It comes, I think anybody can do it. I don't think there's any particular gift.
Can we let it flow?
I think anybody can do it.
Let me pass you your guitar. Let's listen to you.
Okay, all right, but you're going to sing with me.
I shall attempt.
We're going to discover a beautiful voice here in Michelle. So this is the very first song that happened. I don't think I wouldn't say wrote, but certainly that happened, and Michelle is kindly going to sing it with me. Jesus, I want to live the way you did. I want to know the life you led. I want to see inside your head. I want to look into your eyes, savor the wonder of your smile. I'd like to feel you next to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Now that we've had the body moving backwards, forwards, inverted, we now wring it sideways. It's almost a bit like when you're doing the old-fashioned type of washing on a washing board. You do it one way, the other way, inside out, and then you finally wring it. And this is what we're going to do with the body. We're going to twist the spine. This is the spinal twist. We're doing the half spinal twist with Denise. This is called Ardha Matsyendrasana. Denise, if you prepare, one leg gets bent, the knee comes close to the chest, and then the opposite shoulder meets the knee that's up. And you bring the other hand as close to your spine as possible, keeping the shoulders nicely blocked. Now when you breathe, you feel a sense of growing tall. And as you slowly exhale, you slowly start to twist, almost like a spiral staircase, from the base of the coccyx all the way up to the crown of the head. And the chin comes to meet the shoulder that's behind you. John is going to go into the spinal twist. So here, instead of having a lengthened leg, he's got it behind him. Now he's naturally, with his elbow, pushing the knee away from him and twisting. A very strong, solid position here. Great twist. So here it's working with the superficial muscles of the spine, supporting all this area. Margaret is sitting in Vajrasana. But Vajrasana is an optional pose for meditation. It's wonderful for digestion, and it's a starting position to get into the spinal twist. Margaret, whenever you're ready. She's dropped to her right, brings her left leg over to the right, and then bends over. That's it. Now she has twisted her hands because she's very supple, and this is a more advanced posture. Now Margaret suffers from scoliosis through many years of dance and drama that impact on the spine, and also followed with a traffic accident. So through the practice of yoga and with this posture, she has corrected scoliosis. That is the curvature on the spine, which she suffers there. So she's got it well under control. Thank you. Whenever you're ready, you can practice the other way. It also works if you have an enlarged liver. It conditions it. It tones the kidney, the spleen, the sympathetic nervous system. It is a wonderful all-rounder and really eases the muscles, the shoulders, the waist, the hips. Try it. It's really good. Thank you. And now we prepare for Yoga Mudra. Yoga Mudra means the yogic seal. Here we sit in a comfortable, cross-legged position, or in half lotus, full lotus, whatever feels comfortable to the individual. A very straight spine. Unless you're going to full lotus, the hands are always behind you. The right hand gently holding onto the left wrist, like so. You might be able to see it in John's case, because we've got a side view here. Now from this position, you'll see Denise is in full lotus, so her hands are in fists with lengthened thumbs. From here you feel a long, straight spine, and you start to reach forwards and outwards, leading with the chin, making the stretch from the tailbone all the way up, along. Now Denise finds this posture very comfortable, so she has great ease in coming down into it. So then you'll see that her forehead naturally touches the ground. If that happens naturally, then you can even rest your chin on the ground if you fancy it. In John's case, he's in half lotus, so his hands are behind him, and now he'll reach forwards and downwards. Because of the squeeze on all the digestive system and internal organs, it is a wonderful one to get rid of symptoms like obesity. There's his forehead. However, if your forehead doesn't reach the ground with ease, then you can just stretch forwards, downwards, however you reach, and once you're there, just allow the head to drop and relax. Margaret is in the traditional pose a comfortable cross-legged position. Ready, Margaret? Leading from the chin, shoulders relaxed but well spread out. Arms loose and relaxed. Good. In fact, once you're there, you can even let go of your hands if you fancy it. And that is Yoga Mudra, the yogic seal. What are we sealing? Well, with all the asanas that we've done throughout the week, you've developed certain energies in the body, circulation, oxygenation, all of this. And now you're sealing it in from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And if you understand a little bit about the chakras, also with yoga practice, you activate and work on the chakra system. So again, you're harmonizing and sealing in. This posture should be done very slowly and with great ease. Even a little visualization is good. So visualize yourselves for a moment like a lotus flower and just rest there. And when you're ready to come out of the posture, Denise, John and Margaret, if you prepare, Margaret, your hands, visualize yourself in the lotus and imagine that you're receiving the first rays of sunshine and opening up slowly with ease, like a lotus gradually coming into full bloom. Very slowly, with a straight spine. And when you come up into the seated position, after having practiced all the asanas, you'll discover that sitting cross-legged can become really comfortable. You'll feel really easy with it. And now for the icing on the cake, deep relaxation. The lying down position is the same as we've practiced every week with Savasana, the resting pose. So the feet hip distance apart, dropped out. Now for deep relaxation, we do it in 3 stages. The first stage is tensing and letting go of different parts of the body. The second stage, you keep the body very still and serene. The only thing that goes through the body is a mental check. And the third stage, you just float in bliss. So we'll get the 3 yogis through the first stage. Please become aware of your feet. Tense your feet and point them. Point them as far away from you as you can. Feel the work that your legs are doing. Feel how strong up your legs. You can feel that tension. And now flex your feet as far back as you can. As you do this, feel your heels slightly rising and feel where the pull is being rooted from. Good. Point again. Flex again. Tighter, tighter, tighter. Tighten both legs, tighter, 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 and drop. Relax. Let the feet roll outwards and just forget about them. Please bring your awareness to your buttocks. Squeeze your buttocks tightly. Tighter, tighter, tighter. Squeeze them. Lift them slightly off the ground. Tense them. Tighter, tighter, tighter. Drop. Settle. Mold into the ground again. Please bring your awareness to your breath. Take a slow, deep inhalation. As you do this, allow the abdomen to rise up like a balloon. Expand that abdomen. Expand the breath. Breathe in as much as you can. Hold the breath. Hold the risen abdomen. And now open your mouth and gasp at breath out. Really void your system of any used breath. Normally we'll do that twice, but today we'll just go into the next breath. This time focus on your rib cage. Please inhale slowly and deeply. As you do this, allow the rib cage to rise up and out. Hold the risen rib cage. Hold the breath. Open your mouth and gasp the breath out. Allow the body to settle, to relax. Good. Please bring your awareness to your hands. Open your hands out. Stretch your fingers back and out like a fan. Feel the core of energy in the center of the palm. And now tighten your fingers in to that palm and seal it with your thumbs. Tense it, tighter, tighter, tighter. Tighten the whole arm all the way up to your shoulders. Squeeze them tighter, tighter, tighter. Lift it slightly off the ground. Tense, 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 tense. Drop. Relax. Allow the fingers to slowly uncurl. Loosen your arms and let them be. Now please bring your awareness to your shoulders. Gently and slowly bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Stretch them up, 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 closer to your ears. Squeeze them tighter, tighter, tighter. Feel the tingling, tighter, tighter, tighter. Drop. Still on your shoulders. This time curl them in towards your chest. Lift them and curl them in. Squeeze them, make them smaller, smaller, smaller. Bring them in, tighter, 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 tighter. Drop. Relax. Allow your shoulder blades to melt into the ground. And release. Now focus on your neck and on the weight of your head. So gently just lift your head about an inch off the ground and curl your chin towards your chest. And now lay it flat on the ground gently, with control. Relax. Bring your awareness to your jaw. Please open your mouth and stretch your jaw from side to side, releasing any build-up of tension that accumulates in the jaw area. Side to side, unlocking. Still on the mouth, open it wider. Now pull your tongue out. For the first time in your life, you can do it without appearing rude. Tense your tongue out and feel a strong pull from the back of the throat to the tip of the tongue. Stretch it out further, 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 and release. Close your lips. Squeeze your lips tight and form a pout. And release. Now please suck in your cheeks. Let go. Squeeze your nose tightly. Release. Good. Squeeze your eyelids. Relax. Now please lift your eyebrows up towards your hairline. Feel a nice stretch on the face. Wonderful. Let it go. Now bring the whole of the face squeezed to the tip of the nose. Tense every single facial muscle that you have. Tighter, 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 tighter. Release. Relax. Let go. Now, for the second round, allow the body to remain perfectly still. No movement whatsoever, and just a mental check. A little visualization is quite beneficial as well. So today we're going to visualize that we're floating on a deserted island, on a beach, in the sand, lying deep and heavy. And the only sound is the sound of the sea. As you listen to the sound of the sea, see it as your internal sound of the breath. So visualize now, with the next inhalation, the coolness of the waters rising over your feet, relaxing your heels deeper into the ground. Slowly feel that cool, calming wave over your shins, your knees, and your thighs, relaxing them deeper. Feel the cool, calming waters now over your hips and over your abdominal area, allowing your pelvis to sink and the natural arch of your spine to relax. Feel that warm wave of relaxation now over your chest, down your shoulders, down your arms, sending them deeper into a relaxed state. Feel the cool, calming waters now over your neck and over your face. Feel that sinking feeling on the back of the neck. Now, all of a sudden, just feel yourself weightless, totally carried by the waters, no longer heavy on the sands, just floating serenely, peacefully on the water. The only contact is the sun, the light, warming you, relaxing you. And notice how quiet your breath is and how relaxed your body is. Now, while we let the Hatha yogis relax, we'll go to Alameda Gardens, to a little paradise there, and speak to Karen. Once you know the background of these books, you know that it's more than just a story. there is, as you mentioned so correctly, a very strong moral message that is so humane and so heartwarming and touching. I read The Merry Thought last night to my child after I had read it a few times, and every time I read it, I tried to get into each and every character in turn just to feel the depth of the message, how it would have touched each heart of each character and how it would touch each reader. So why don't you tell us a brief background on The Merry Thought as I show you beautiful illustrations.
Well, The Merry Thought is a lady who comes to the school to grant wishes for children, to some children, and all the children are excited. I've got 4 characters in this story, and each wants something in life, and they all want to go to the Merry Thought to ask her for it. As the story develops, they don't actually get what they really want, but they grow in the sense that they settle for something else or use their own force, really, as you would say, to get to work on themselves and to gain what they want through their own effort.
Tell us a little bit about Bernard's garden.
Well, Bernard is a little boy who doesn't have much of a very good life, really. He's got a bad home. His parents don't love him. That's what he says at the very beginning. He knew that his parents didn't love him, but he was quite content within himself. He didn't need anything outside, really. He was content within himself and didn't realize the horrible aspect of his home. What he did want, what he didn't like really, was an angry feeling that was creeping up in him, and he wanted to crush that, because that was worse than being hit by his father, which he was constantly being done.
So he was battered?
He was battered, but the angry feeling is what he's trying to get rid of, and he finds a way in which to get rid of that angry feeling by going within himself into love and light. And produce his own garden.
And here we have some lovely pictures on how this came about. He hears an inner message as he walks into a church, doesn't he?
That's right, yes.
And what were the words of the priest?
I can't remember them exactly, but it was something like grow your spiritual garden, or grow a spiritual garden within you. Yes.
And that was all he needed to pick up.
That's right, yes.
And when he picked up that spiritual garden, that was when he planted his seed, and he saw the red rose.
That's right, yes.
As how he would want to see his father. So instead of the anger of his father, he kept on with the light and with the sun, nurturing this beautiful red rose. And then for his mother, he planted these forget-me-nots.
She forgot to cook for him, she forgot everything, and those were so that she wouldn't forget it. He planted many of them so that she wouldn't forget anything.
Beautiful. In Spanish we say, a donde hay uno con dos, siempre hay un tres. So is there a third one coming?
A third one for the yoga center at the moment there isn't, because these are short stories. But I hope to do some more, because I feel this is my niche, actually. I just enjoy producing.
Like Sanjay, it's given you that
yes.
desire to want to open up.
I absolutely love doing it, you know. I enjoy it. Whilst I'm in the characters, I'm flourishing myself. So I expect to do some more for the yoga center, but at the moment I'm working on a long story myself, which has taken me a long time to do, and is called Up in the Skies, and I'm working on that.
Now back to the studios, where we need to bring these 3 peaceful beings back to reality. They're still floating on that vast ocean of peace and serenity. Now this is an ideal time, when we reach this state of relaxation, to do self-healing. If there is any part of your body, of your being, of your mind that is in any way diseased, this is the time to visualize a strong, radiant white light, and just cover that area or that thought with this beaming white light. And see nothing else, only light, and feel that energy healing you, letting go. Once you've done that for a little while, then it's time to bring the awareness back to the breath. So, Denise, John, Margaret, if you become aware of the breath again, slowly and consciously, with ease, as you draw in your next inhalation, please start to apply a little bit of life and movement to your toes and to your fingertips. With the next breath, please apply a little movement to your ankles and your wrists, gradually bringing life back to them. Inhale again, and now please add the movement to your knees and your elbows. Continue breathing and continue to add movement to your hips and your shoulders, followed by your waist and your neck. Very slowly, gently, peacefully. And whenever you're ready, please, John, don't do this or you'll attack Margaret. But for the rest of you, please bring your arms overhead and give yourself a good, long stretch. Make yourselves as long as you possibly can. Lengthen, lengthen. Feel that vitality, that sense of being recharged, re-nurtured, revitalized, tingling through every cell in your body. All that oxygen, that prana, that work. You're now reaping the benefits. And whenever you're ready, roll onto your favorite side. Turn to your favorite side, John, as well. And give yourselves a nice hug. Draw your knees in, bring your arms around you, tighten them around you, and just give yourself a good squeeze. And for a moment, just be thankful for where you are, for who you are, for all that you have. And know that whilst practicing relaxation, you needed nothing else, just the air that you breathe and that prana, that life force within you. Nothing else. All disturbances, anything that really nags in there can just be left behind or aside. And you know that after deep relaxation, at any given moment, you have the choice to carry it back on in there or just dropping it. Practice, enjoy, feel the benefits. Thank you for listening. Margaret now will go into the spinal twist. She's doing the half spinal twist here. Now that is a common mistake where automatically your arms go in the same direction as the knees. Always remember, the knee that comes up, you have the opposite shoulder that comes this way. So now we're going to correct that, Margaret, please.
That again.
No, that's fine. That's what we're meant to do. Go on. Right, correct that, please. So, the leg stays in the same position. Sit. The opposite arm to leg. Now, once you're in that position, make sure that both shoulders are nicely balanced. And a good tip is remember to inhale, feel a sense of growing tall. And as you start to slowly exhale, you allow the body to turn that little bit more. And the chin leading the way. Good, excellent. You can come out of that position. And now for Yoga Mudra, the yogic seal. If you prepare into that one. Now, the mistake here would be as you come down, that you turn from the neck down and shoulders. Then you're limiting your stretch. So we'll come up again. We lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck, lengthen the chin, and lead from the chin and the crown of the head, stretching, 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 stretching. Now, if you overstretch, a common mistake would be that the tailbone comes up. Oops, there, we've lost the posture. So now we'll correct that. And you stretch, lengthen, feel the stretch from the hip joint rather than from the tailbone, and all the way down, very gradually. Release it. If the forehead touches the ground, beautiful. If it doesn't matter, as long as you've stretched the spine and the tailbone is pinned to the ground. And now for deep relaxation, if you just lie down, always remember the natural arch of the spine, that you're pressing the center of the waist down with the exhalation, and the back of the neck is not disturbed by any hair. Now, a tip here, because we're in the studios and there's very strong lighting, we feel great heat. If you practice deep relaxation at home, always have a shawl, a blanket, something that you can cover yourself with, because the body temperature does drop. So enjoy and relax. Thank you, Margaret. The senses constantly seek gratification. The mind constantly seeks enjoyment. The heart constantly seeks love. Follow the heart, purify the mind, subdue the senses, and peace follows.